Hello, so my name is Nicholas Sage, and my teammate is James Stanford. So, I'm going to teach you guys how to make a wooden box safely. I'm going to go over what you'll need, what you'll be doing, and how exactly you should do it. First things first, I'm going to go and show you the tools you'll need. Here I have some measuring tools. I've got a right angle, a carpenter's angle, measuring tape, and calipers. You really only need one or two of these just to get a base of what you're measuring. Here I have my clamps, and I found out that I didn't have as many as I needed. I would recommend getting as many as you can get. And the next thing we have is the glue. This is just some leftover glue I had. Uh, Pretty wood glue is the best. And then we have our design. I haven't figured out the design at that moment, but now we have the wood, and the wood is just a piece of scrap, or not scrap wood, a piece of plywood I got from Home Depot, and there is my my piece of scrap wood for my base. I'm gonna be cutting out the base out of that. And the last thing you'll need is a saw, and for this project I'm using a table saw, but it's entirely possible to do this with any type of saw. I'm just using a table saw because it's a lot easier and it's a lot more precise, as far as I thought. um, but I'm going to be going over the safety hazards required before using the saw. And here I went in detail about how exactly you should be doing everything. But here I'm making my first cut, a second cut, I believe, and that was after I measured out the distance between the end of the saw blade and the other end of the fence. Now now I have all my pieces, so I'm cutting out the rabbet joints, and now here I'm actually gluing them. The rabbet joint is just a easier, more surface area for the glue to adhere to, and as long as you get glue on every single edge of your cut, it should glue perfectly. So here I'm putting it all together and making sure that it's all fitting. And now I'm putting the clamps on. The clamps are going on every edge where they can, getting with a moderate amount of pressure. And so now I'm letting it set. So after I have it set, I made sure that it's all steady and dry. I measured out where exactly how my base would look, and I'm gonna cut that out with this hacksaw. So after I do that, I place the base on the bottom of the frame, making sure it's all lined up, and then I get started on gluing the base to the bottom of the frame. So now that that's done, I am retrofitting the lid to the box. And so now at this point, it's more up to a matter of preference for how you'd like to attach the lid to the box. You can just set it in, let it sit on top, but I have this continuous hinge that I bought from also Home Depot, and I'm just going to be cutting off a piece of that and drilling and marking my holes accordingly. So at this point, I'm really explaining that it's not much about the tools you use. It's more about the who's using them. You can get really good results with just basic hand tools. It's just a matter of how precise you are and patient. Okay, so today, oh boy.